What's the worst compliment you've ever got? My mom's friend told me this. Yours is the only huge nose that probably does not need plastic surgery. I still don't know how to feel about this. Some people just look best with majestic beaks. You're probably one of them. Yup. The only time I have regretted having a large Russo-Semitic potato nose was when I found out that the only fencing mask that fit me costs $55. Michael Jordan said to me, "Thanks, at least you're good for something." He was a guest at our golf course on a very rainy day. If not for his scheduled visit, the course would have been shut down for the day. It was an absolute ghost town. His group started without him. When he arrived, they loaded his bag onto the cart to meet up with his group. I was standing about 50 feet away minding my own business. He called me over and asked if he could have the towel I was holding. I replied, "Of course, Mr. Jordan." That's when I got the unwarranted compliment. Don't feel too bad. From the stories I've heard, MJ is an to everyone. Your eyeballs always look so lubricated. I have watery eyes, thank you. Allergies. You smell surprisingly good for your weight. Variation, you don't sweat much for a fat person. I used to work with a dude who was pretty overweight and he always smelled like soap. I wasn't surprised though, lol. As a fat guy, I go crazy with personal hygiene and deodorant. I mean, yeah, I'm fat, not an Upon my now wife meeting my family for the first time. My mom doesn't have the best way of words. She said, "You guys look like brother and sister. We do have a similar skin tone, eyes, and hair color." My stepdad shuffled her to the other room quickly. Plot twist, Dad was trying to keep a deep dark secret hidden. Dad, don't sleep with her, she's your half-sister. Mom, don't listen to him, he's not actually your father. I had this buddy who didn't have a lot of friends and I'd always invite her out to hang with mine. She kept doing some pretty stuff and just made excuses when we talked about it, so I started distancing myself. Then she said, she didn't wanna lose my friendship because I was a social doorway. I love introducing my friends to each other and it makes me so happy when they get on, become buddies independently from me. But hearing that was all I was to her kinda bummed me out. You'd be so pretty if your face wasn't covered in those disgusting horrible moles, said by someone who I had been friends with for years. I have like 6 to 7 small moles on my face and before that had never really thought about them. A dude was opening up a topless bar in my small town. My grandma patted my thigh and said, "You'll be working there soon, won't you?" I was 15. She didn't have any mental issues, just a withered black heart. Maybe grandma wanted company at work. I have a mean aunt who told me only wore tank tops, after she took me to shopping to spend a gift card. Guess what I had just picked out? High school math teacher told me I got the brains and my sibling, 2 years older than me, got the looks. It's a toss-up between, you know your isn't as flat as it used to be, and you are not such a funny shape anymore, courtesy of 2 different aunts. I really never thought I had a flat or that I was a funny shape. No one like family to boost your self-esteem. You remind me of my granddaughter. Except she's slim, and you've got quite a bit more weight on you. Thanks for sharing, ma'am. Do you have any coupons? I'm a 40-year-old paralyzed man and I get this compliment all the time. Ah man, if I were you, I would have killed myself. I guess it's supposed to be a compliment, about being in good spirits. Please do not offer compliments to people that are like this. When I was a teenager, there was this girl who told me that my sister was beautiful and gorgeous. My quick reflex was to show a repulsed face, not because I don't agree with her statement, just that I was sick of people telling me that she was pretty. I told her, "No, she's not. You should see her without any makeup on." She paused and looked at me. "Now that I think about it, you do look like your sister." Took me years to understand. I don't get it? The person was insulting them for insulting their sister. Basically, your sister is so pretty. No, she's not. You might be right. Looking at you, I can see you look alike, ergo, if sister is ugly, so are you. Ouch man. You're almost as good at as my last boyfriend, and he was the best I've ever been with. Mid-sex. Weird that she thought that wouldn't turn me off. It was a compliment. I once had a girl tell me that I was better in bed than her previous boyfriend, despite having a smaller penis. My brain almost shut down with cognitive dissonance while I was trying to figure out how to react to that. Not aimed at me, but my friend picked me up while hugging me, and my dad saw it and thought it was funny, so he told the family. And my grandma said, she must be strong. Yikes. I don't understand, what's wrong? Did the friend hurt you? She's calling the friend strong because she thinks Johan weighs a lot. You look like your dad. Plot twist, you're a female. I'm a 6 feet 7 inches, overweight dude. I've been told I look like my mom. That's more an insult to your mom, my guy. Yo mama so fat, she look like you. You're not ugly, you're just average looking. A solid 3. I'm 22 and that compliment when I was 17 still hurts. Random 60-year-old hippie woman to a 14-year-old me at a county fair. My dear, you have great childbearing hips, then she walked away. That's just f***ing creepy. Yep, especially as a 14-year-old. The worst compliment I got was when a Goodwill employee compared my lighter skin tone to his coworker, who had a darker skin tone. He said he liked my skin tone over hers, in front of her. Not to mention, I was underage at the time. Jesus, that's bad on so many levels. I can't decide between these two. Number 1, I wish I could be as cold as you sometimes. You just seem like you don't care about anything, or, number 2, you're actually pretty for someone with your body type. Proud to say, that both of these girls are no longer in my life. You're pretty, but not that pretty. Then this proceeded to say everything that needs to change about me, so that I would look prettier. I'm dating her ex-BF now, that she still likes, and I didn't have to change anything about myself. Duck that Said to my husband and I in a dispensary, it's good to know people your age still have some fun. We're both 38. Your eyes are so pretty when you cry, keep crying. Yep, had a boyfriend who had said this, after making me cry. Needless to say, he was an ex within minutes. After I got the best test score, 100 plus if I remember correctly, in the class, my friend goes, wow. I always thought of you as the stupid friend, but I guess I was wrong. You should have said, looks like it was you all along, huh, and walked off. During my most recent date with my dude, he was holding my hand and looking at me and he said, you're so pretty. You're just so pretty. Sometimes you hold your face in a way where you don't look so pretty but you're pretty, thanks, man. I don't need to hear every thought you have about my face. I see you as one of the guys, so you'd never have to worry I'm gonna hit on you. I'm a female apprentice mechanic. I had an ex-girlfriend that was complaining about her overweight annoying cousins to me. One day they were set to visit her the following weekend. She tells me, I mean these people are fat, even fatter than you. That I had a face like everyone else. I've been mistaken for other people a couple of times, but when this drunk girl did it to me, she told me I had one of those faces. She was like, it's not a bad thing. But I don't know, being told you're not unique, and just average, it felt pretty backhand. You're much more fun, when you're drunk. Well thanks. Got it from most of my friends. They stopped saying it when I became open about having the genes of an alcoholic. If you were a woman, then you would have been really sexy. I love your style. It's just so cool how you obviously don't care. I was wearing a lot of gray sweatshirts at the time. You'd be really pretty if you weren't in a wheelchair. Thanks, I guess. In freshman year of college, I went out to breakfast with a bunch of my friends, and the waiter was an overly chatty guy who was for some reason delighted to get a table full of college girls. I'm almost remembering him with an Italian accent? But this was an IHOP in Boston, so I don't quite think so. When he came to take our order, he decided to go around the table singing our praises first. One by one, it was beautiful eyes, great hair, gorgeous profile, elegant bone structure, for each of my friends. It was pretty uncomfortable already, and I must have been giving him quite an "are-you-ducking serious dude" look, because when he got to me he kind of hesitated and said, very expressive face,